Good afternoon, my lovely butterflies. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is the Awakened Butterfly, and I am back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please stay for the entire video or check out some of my existing content. If you enjoy this type of content, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Welcome and welcome back, guys. I missed you all so much. Nevertheless, I am back, and I feel very blessed to be able to present this video to you guys today. I hope everyone is having a blessed and amazing day and continuing to take care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. If you haven't already, please hit that post notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a video. And guys, as you can tell by the title, I am back with another gang stalking video. And I will be talking about some things that you may experience when you are possibly being gang stalked by an ex-partner. Before I jump into this topic, let me give a shout out to my credible source, coldburnplace.com. Guys, when you are being gang stalked by an ex-partner, this usually happens as a result of deciding to leave a toxic relationship. This is where your partner, man or woman, is very narcissistic and abusive in various ways, whether it's mentally, physically, verbally, or emotional. Now, according to online research, 57% of intimate partners experience stalking during the relationship, and 74% of those being stalked by an ex-partner report various forms of violence and control during the relationship. Now, you would think throughout all the pain and rejection that they put you through, that they would be happy with you deciding to walk away and moving on with your life. But instead, it's the complete opposite. It comes to a point to where they realize that they no longer have control over you. They can no longer harm you. They can no longer put you in these compromising positions. And once they realize this, they become more obsessive, more controlling, and more determined to keep a connection with you. This is when you may begin to experience constant phone calls, them following you everywhere you go, sitting outside of your home, even sitting outside of your workplace, placing you under secret surveillance, whether they're putting tracking systems inside of your car or placing cameras inside or outside of your home, even on the inside of your vehicles as well. They may also result to malicious behavior like stealing and damaging your property or making threats to harm you and other family members, even animals that you may own. And they don't stop there, guys. They also go as far as getting their family and friends, even your family and friends, neighbors, co-workers, whoever is willing to get involved in the harassment, to watch you, monitor you, and return feedback regarding your current whereabouts, where you live. They may even use them to present you with makeup gifts and also to relay messages. Now, guys, these are all examples of organized community gang stalking. You may be in a situation or may have been in a situation where you were dealing with someone very narcissistic and abusive. And it seems that as long as you took the abuse, nothing changed except the situation only getting worse. But when the Most High gave you clarity, strength, and discernment, as well as wisdom, to get up and walk away from this situation, this is when your abuser and everyone around them began to harass you. Now, guys, this is coming from a spiritual standpoint. When you're dealing with someone who is carrying a demonic force and you're trying to walk away, and this person is trying to hold on to you, and they're trying to get other people to keep you attached to them. It is something dark and spiritual taking place. And as we all know, gang stalking is something very dark. And it does come from a spiritual standpoint. I want to share a story with you guys about a woman who suffered gang stalking by the hands of her ex-partner for 7 years. And she fought through this alone. Physically. Spiritually, she always had the Most High by her side. This woman experienced countless events of harassment from her ex when she decided to leave this abusive relationship. Once she took the steps necessary to walk away, she began to become severely harassed by him and others in her community. Now, guys, I'm going to share this story with you all. I'm not going to read every word verbatim, but I am going to give you the true story. And I'm going to put it in my own words. If you guys want to go to the website and read this story for yourself, it is on coldburn.com. And this is Athena's story. She started by saying, "I couldn't even tell you how I did it, but I did it. I had to wear 3 different faces." And she said she had to do this because she was trying to hide what was happening to her from her children. And guys, this is what happens for any of you that may have experienced this. When you're in a relationship with someone and things go bad and this person becomes dangerous and abusive, the last thing you want is for your children to take sight of this. So you do have to wear different faces in order to cover these things up so you can protect the mental, physical, and spiritual aspects of your children. And it's not easy. Athena explained that when she met her abuser, everything was fine. She said that he was nice and sweet and very attentive, just like they all usually are in the beginning of the relationship. This is the love bombing stage. They come off very kind, compassionate, affectionate, attentive, everything that you would want in a relationship. And this is to secure their bond with you, as well as seeking validity from the people that are around them, as well as people that are around you, your family, other own seekers such as family, friends, co-workers, even their family. They're seeing that, oh, he's very nice to you. He's very attentive to you and your children. He's buying you gifts. He's taking you on dates. He has to be a good person. This is all a cover-up, guys. Athena explained that once he lost his job, he became upset with her. And she said that when she tried to give him helpful advice on some things that he can do to get another job, as well as a plan, he became very upset with her. She also stated that she felt that he was upset about something else. And guys, this is the confusion that comes with having a narcissistic, abusive partner. You will never be able to pinpoint exactly where their anger is coming from, because it's coming from a dark spiritual place. There's a demonic force driving their behavior. So you will never be able to pinpoint the source of their anger. You will never be able to pinpoint why they are so upset with you until you realize that this person is narcissistic and you don't have to do anything to make them angry. You will also realize that this person not only carries a demonic force, but they were sent in by the enemy to distract you from something. And not only to distract you, but to cause harm and chaos in your life. She said that one day she decided to pick up laundry from his house that she was doing. And once she got there, this is when he became physically abusive. Now, guys, now the mask is off. The love bombing stage is over. Now she's seen who he really is. She said that once this happened, she called law enforcement. She said law enforcement came out and pictures were taken of her injuries. And she said that was it. After that, she left his residence and decided from then on out they were broken up. Athena explained that once she did that, that's when the severe gang stalking began. She explained that they lived far apart from each other, and this did not stop him from walking to her home on a consistent basis and throwing rocks at her window. She said that she called law enforcement, and they came out and talked to him and sent him on his way. She also said that he walked all the way back home, and a few weeks later, he was reported to law enforcement for abusing his daughter, and he was arrested. She said that her case against him and his daughter's case were attached, and she said she had to appear in court as a result of. She also said that when she went to testify against him, his friends were waiting outside of the courtroom telling her that it wouldn't be a good idea for her to testify against him. And she said once they made this threat towards her, she began to feel afraid. She said, but this did not stop her from testifying. She said that once she testified, she told law enforcement that she didn't want anything bad to happen to him. Well, she told the judge that she didn't want anything bad to happen to him. And she said that when she did this opened the door for her abuser to feel that she still cared about him. So this made him gang stalk her even more. Now, guys, if you remember, I just mentioned how his friends were waiting outside of the courtroom, threatening her in order for her not to testify. Guys, this is a form of gang stalking as well. This is a part of the spiritual attack to try to keep her in a trauma bond with this abuser. This is a form of organized gang stalking. And it's also a street theater tactic that many gang stalkers use in order to implant fear and to cause distraction and chaos to keep you from doing what needs to be done in order to break away from the harassment. Now, she said once she did this, guys, the stalking intensified. She said that he had people showing up, giving her gifts from him. She said that he also had family members calling her. And she said that he was always constantly watching her. She said that she wasn't paying attention to the fact that he knew her schedule. She said that she also never knew that he knew her patterns. And she said one day she just gave in to the pressure and she opened her door for him. And she said he came back into her life. Now, guys, do you see how he wore her down? He had family members calling her. He had friends reaching out, people giving her gifts, relaying messages. And she said that she never knew that he picked up on her schedule. Now, guys, he didn't pick up on her schedule and patterns alone. Once he lost contact with her, he had people watching her. He wasn't the only one watching her and taking notes on her whereabouts. This is why it's very important to discern monitoring spirits in your life. Now, guys, she also said that once she let him back into her life, he began to do the same things all over again, except for this time it escalated to another level. And this is what usually happens when you let the narcissistic abuser back in. Just know that they're never going to change unless they go to the Most High and ask for healing to change. Them on their own, their ego is going to always tell them that they're doing nothing wrong, and all their wrongdoings towards you are justified. This is a demonic force that is driving them to think this. So just know that if you ever let them back in, they're going to do the same thing over and over, except for this time it's going to be worse. Because the enemy only seeks to steal, kill, and destroy. And narcissists are driven by demonic forces. Now, guys, she said that it got so bad this time when she let him back into her life that she lost her job as an LPN at a nursing home. She said, and this is because he would stand outside of her job saying that he would watch her through the windows. She said he also called her job several times back to back. And she said it caused her to be distracted. She said that she couldn't focus on her job. She couldn't even think properly. She also explained that whenever she would let him in, she had to push him back out because he always wanted to start a fight with her. She said he was too violent. She said each time he came up with new tactics to get back into her life just to abuse her even more. She said that one day, one of her dogs got out. She said, and when this happens, he would show up and knew exactly where her dogs were. And she said she realized that the pattern kept going on. She said the dog kept getting loose and running off. And she said that the way that she set things up for her dogs to not be able to get away, she said that someone had to be doing this. Now, she said that she refused to let him back in her home at this point. She said, but she realized that her dogs kept escaping. She said, and even though her neighbors didn't do so, she felt that they were letting her dogs out. No, I take that back. She said she thought that the neighbors were letting her dogs out. But it wasn't her neighbors. It was actually her ex doing this so he can have a reason to come back around. Now, she said within the midst of all of this, he ended up stealing money from her, and this is where she drew the line. She said that she was doing all she could to distance herself from him, but it was not working. She said that she was trying not to give him conversation, anything at all, hoping that it would make him go away. She said, but it seemed that no matter what she did, no matter how many times she called law enforcement, he was still doing whatever he wanted to do. Now, guys, you already know what I'm about to say. For any of you that have watched my gang stalking videos in the past, law enforcement is indeed a part of the gang stalking program. And it's hard when everyone's in on the harassment secretly. And you wonder how all of these people connected in a plot to destroy my life. And it is because it is demonic. And these people are being operated by demons. You would think that law enforcement would step in as many times as she took the initiative to call them, to let them collect all the evidence that they needed. But they still refused. Every time that he did something, they would send him on about his way. And this made it hard for her to defeat this harassment from him. However, the whole time that this was happening, she was collecting evidence, which is a good thing. Now, she said that in the midst of all of this, he had people following her to her new job in a new town outside of the city. She said that he had family members once again contacting her phone, trying to keep access to her. She said that she would even receive text messages while she was sleeping, letting her know that her passwords had been changed to secret accounts that she had. Well, not secret accounts, but just regular accounts, her social media accounts, her banking accounts. She said that someone was going in, changing her accounts, trying to have access to her personal information. She said he never stopped doing what he was doing, even when she had to go back to court and testify against him a second time. She said this time before the trial, he was incarcerated. And she said that it seemed that the case continued and continued. And that's one thing that these gang stalkers do. They do know how to work the system. And in the midst of all of this, guys, her dog came up unalived. And she said that she found her dog in a field where she used to walk her dog. And guys, this is something like a mental threat. Things that gang stalkers do to try to keep you implanted in fear. To try to keep you from... If you notice, every time she went to testify, something happened. The first time, his friends were waiting outside of the courtroom threatening her. This time, her same dog that kept getting loose, and he kept saying, "Oh, I know where your dog is," bringing the dog back to her just as an excuse to keep contact. Now the dog is unalived since she drew the courage to testify against him. See, it's ongoing. It's an ongoing spiritual attack trying to keep her from breaking free from spiritual bondage. She also said, guys, things got worse. In the midst of this, someone tried to set her house on fire. She said her mail was being intercepted. She also said that she began a relationship with someone else, and she was poisoned by this person, who she later found out was a friend of his. See, guys, that's what they do. This is all a part of the gang stalking program. If they cannot get you, they will send someone else in to love bomb you, to get into your life, and to cause chaos and havoc. Do you see how the cycle just keeps going? The more she tries to get rid of this dark force within this man, the more another dark force will come along and try to destroy her. And it's all connected to him. She said that none of these things that happened stopped her. She said she went and testified, and he was incarcerated for almost a year after this. She said once he was incarcerated, she moved before he can be released and filed for another order of protection, because the other one that she filed against him, which didn't seem to work, was about to be expired. Now, guys, this is crazy, because after all of this, Athena said that within less than 3 months, he was back gang stalking her again. She said that he found her, and he showed up at a gas station a block away from the daycare where her children went. She said he also knew her schedule out of nowhere, the exact time that she would be there to drop her children off. And she said that he was even there before she arrived to drop her children off. Guys, this is a sign that you cannot trust anyone. When you are going through these things, for any of you out there who has experienced this or are experiencing this, and you feel that you're being gang stalked by an ex-partner, please pray to the Most High for discernment concerning the people that you can trust during this dark trial in your life. Because if anyone is jealous of you, if anyone is envious of you, or just have an overall malice heart, they are a threat to you when you're going through these type of things, because they will give your location. They will give out other personal information about you. So it's very important to know who you can trust, during these times. Now, she said that law enforcement issued charges against him and a warrant. And this was the third case being opened against him. She said he even tried to flip it around and get a restraining order against her, which was denied by the judge. Do you see how they try and manipulate it and flip things around as if they are the victim, when in all actuality, they are predators and they seek out victims on a regular basis? Now, Athena also said that the case was prolonged from 2019 to 2022. She said when this is the time where he got convicted after her third testimony. She said she felt that this case should have been over with, and she said that he remained under the radar for a couple of years. She said that she felt that this was a tactic and a strategy. She said they stay under the radar thinking that things will go away or they can threaten her and scare her. And she said that she felt that it was time for that chapter to end in her life. And guys, at this point that she said this is indeed when the chapter ended. As you can see, each time he had a court case, she was always threatened each time that she had to go and testify. This third time, no matter the threats, as with the first and second time, she still went through with it. And at this time, Athena and her family is in a safe place. She's doing well. And she has escaped this abuse. He can no longer contact her. He can no longer get to her and her children. She is now in a safe place. And I would really like to commend her on her bravery, on her faith in God to keep moving forward and not let these demonic forces scare her out of her freedom, out of her peace, out of her safety for her and her children. And guys, if any of you are experiencing this type of gang stalking harassment, when you're, trying to escape an ex-partner, just know that the Most High is always with you, and He always will be. And just know that prayer is very strong. And it is a strong weapon during your times of trial and tribulation. When you feel that no one's there to help you, when you feel that everyone around you is in on what you're experiencing, just know that the Most High is always there. Many of you who are watching this video may be experiencing gang stalking by the hands of an abusive ex-partner. You may have heard people say you should have chose better. And the truth is, they don't show you these true colors at first. They don't show you who they are at first. They're nice, when you first meet them, and the mask usually fades later on into the relationship. So please don't feel guilty or ashamed by others' thoughts and opinions. We have all experienced things like this at some point or another. Maybe not to a degree that some people have, but we have all thought that someone was someone, that they really didn't turn out to be at some point of another. And it's not your fault. But just know this. When a person shows you who they are the first time, believe it. When the harassment begins, let the evidence collecting begin. And not just on your abuser, them and whoever that they get involved in on the harassment. Because at the end of the day, gang stalking is a crime. And although law enforcement and other people in the justice system are allegedly a part of the secret gang stalking programs that takes place in our communities, with proper evidence, they cannot deny you the justice you deserve, because it's the law. And no matter how hard it gets, guys, don't give up. This is a spiritual battle that you must defeat. When someone comes into your life and they begin to hurt you mentally, physically, verbally, and emotionally, they're dominating, manipulative, and narcissistic. They're stalking you. They're getting others to stalk you. They're begging for you to come back just so they can repeat the same abusive behavior all over again. And as I said earlier, this is a result of them being controlled by a demonic force that was sent to create a dark soul tie with you, a trauma bond, similar traumatic experiences towards a person that has a high level of empathy. They do this to try and get you to relate to them in certain areas. This is a form of gang stalking harassment. And this person was sent to keep you paranoid, in constant fear, distress, and distracted. This is a form of spiritual imprisonment, And they try and keep you in spiritual bondage with the enemy through them. They were sent in. You know, a lot of times during the love bombing stage, you feel that these people were sent in by the Most High. But just know that once a person shows you this side of them, this is the Most High letting you know that they were most certainly not sent by him. Now, guys, I'm going to also tell you this before I end this video. When you cut these people off, or you begin the process of cutting them off, don't forget to collect all evidence of what them and anyone else involved has done to you. Also, those other people who are involved, those people who are calling you, relaying messages, showing up with makeup gifts for this person, asking you your whereabouts, trying to help this person keep track of you. Cut all contact with them. Anyone who is connected to your abuser, or anyone who was involved in on the harassment. I don't care if they were not in on the harassment, if they are even related to him, connected to him or her in any kind of way, cut them off completely, because there is a good chance that they can serve as a monitoring spirit, giving this person your whereabouts and every other piece of personal information about you, things that are very near and dear to you in order to protect you and your family. If any of you are experiencing this at this time, please pray to the Most High to protect you and your family, to give you wisdom, strength, and discernment to break all trauma bonds and spiritual bonds and soul ties in your current situation and in your past relationships. Another thing, guys, do not walk in fear. Do not be afraid of these people, because they are being controlled by demonic forces. And if you are walking with the Most High, he's going to protect you against them spiritually. Do not let them frighten you into speaking up for what's right, into taking all the possible steps that you need to take in order to protect yourself and your family from this type of harassment. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you want to go and read this story about Athena's gangstalking experience for yourself, it is on coburn.com. I love you guys so much. Continue to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And until the next video, peace and blessings. Mwah.